Okay, so it seems to think that it's working. I have this loaded here, and it shows failed to load trust holdings. I wonder if we got any type of info about why. I see failed to load trust holdings. I want to go look at the loading image. Seems like maybe we had an issue with the Ethos API. I don't know that it absolutely knows how to get the right info from the API. So I'm going to go to developers.ethos.network again. We're going to go look at the API. Again, we're trying to pull in what does that person own holdings wise. Oh God, yeah, this one's pretty hard. Get market holders. No, it's get address. Get the market holdings for a specific Ethereum address. Yeah. Get address holdings total value. So we'll need to use this. Okay. We'll need to use this API to get their holdings. But the downside, the thing I'm kind of concerned about is it needs an address. And so I think if we do search, we want to search for their, we want to get their address from their Twitter, which would be kind of hard. I don't know that we can definitely do that right now. We might need the devs to build something. Profile ID, which is detailed market information for a specific profile ID. Can we get it from this? Let's see. So if I search Serpent XPT, yeah, we could probably do this. It's kind of a hacky way to do it. I think we'll, whoa, that's trippy. Need to use the search API to find the address. Yeah, because I'm guessing if you go holdings, wait. So if we hit this other API, get address holdings. Let's just try it out real quick. So if we take this address, no, it didn't work. Because that's my, we need a way to get the address of me from Ethos. I'm just going to tell I don't know how. I'm not sure. Oh my gosh. This is really trippy. I'm not exactly sure how to, but can we somehow get the address of a Twitter user on Ethos Markets to check their holdings? Actually, you know, one way we could check this would be if we went to Ethos Markets, we looked at like the leaderboard or something. We go to Sketch's account here. Yeah, we know. Yeah, so if I went like this and I knew Sketch's account was this, I can see all of his holdings. So this is the right API. I just need a way to map Sketch's name to this address. Let's see if it does. What it can do. The Friend.tech fee 1+1 is too much, bro. We're rebuilding Friend.tech here. Friend.tech was five and on each side. If I was Friend.tech was 10% each way. It was. I'm not saying that means it was fair, but Friend.tech was literally. Oh my gosh! It's changing the API key to Ethos Network.io. Okay, hold on. Wait. You had the right public API URL. The new one you just changed is incorrect. HTTPS api.ethos.network is right. Man, it's getting lost. Yeah, you can't say one and 1% is bad if you're trying to wash trade it. 10% is even worse if you're trying to wash trade it. The idea is that yeah, I mean, I think there's a plenty of argument of like, oh, 1% is a lot. Like, it's a pretty standard take on most markets these days. So I don't think it's too crazy of a fee unless you're explicitly trying to drive volume. The idea is that we get organic stuff, which I get is not super easy, but we'll get there. I wonder, is there by profile ID? It's detailed market information from multiple markets. Now we're trying to get information about a particular user. Examples. Yeah, I hope we don't get stuck here. That would suck. Wouldn't be the end of the world. It'd be pretty easy for us to go create a new one, and we could always like spoof it for now just to test it out, make sure we get a certain, as far as we want to. Yeah, Friend.tech and District 1. I don't even remember what people were doing on District 1. It seemed more like chaos to me on District 1 than anything else. Okay, gets the Twitter username from the authenticated user, searches the API for the endpoint, extracts the address. So it's probably doing the same thing. I don't know that the address is technically right. What I'm going to do is say, let's just spoof it for right now. And I can say, okay, it should work now properly. Yeah, I'm just getting what the. So I got our account here. Yeah, District 1 I don't think was that cool. Okay, so it's still not pulling this info in, even though it seems to be, okay, for now, let's just spoof it so we can test it live. I will just manually give it the API, the address that I have in markets, because I want to be sure. Let's see. Yeah, see, it has me there. You can do it via the search. Okay, so let's just see if we can do it. Okay. So for Serpent, are we getting address? I'm not seeing it. It's still saying that it can't find it on Ethos. Whatever. Let's see. It's always good to give it kind of a test case. So what will happen ideally is we'll be able to come in here. It shows you, like, if we just put this in here, it's going to load up all of the things that I currently hold. It will say that I hold, this guy, and this guy, and then it will create that list, and will then make chat rooms for each of them. Only 7 ETH in market holdings. Yeah, I think, Johannes, you have a pretty high number of amount of ETH in markets. I think, one of the places that I think would be most interesting to see markets get adoption would honestly be on projects. I think that if you took like, we get a bunch of feedback. Oh, like, oh, this Succinct, like everyone was mad at Succinct yesterday, and there were a bunch of negative reviews. And you're like, well, what if Succinct had like a trust market and everyone really trusted Succinct? Like, people are like, oh, we love Succinct. We think their airdrop's going to be good. And then as the cracks started to form, like people were like, oh, I gotta sell this because like I don't think Succinct is going in the right direction. Or if you could take a short position on it, and it was like, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna make money explicitly by shorting this, with size. It would be really interesting to see how those things changed over time. When I think about Friend.tech or some of the iterations on Friend.tech or the things that people tried to build, Tribe Run, Post Tech, New Bitcoin City, there were like 500 of them. None of them had this concept of being able to take a short position. And that was really the beauty of Ethos markets was like, well, yeah, now you can take a short position. And I don't think that the benefit that has been seen yet, because I mean, maybe AXBT is a good example of it. It was definitely interesting to see how AXBT played out. People lost interest and were not trustworthy of it anymore, and so they sold. And some people made money, and other people lost money. The other side of that is there was incentive design on Friend.tech where like you bought the key or you put money into a person, you made them more credible, and suddenly you were like, oh, I'm gonna like it increased their net worth on Friend.tech. The incentive was you were farming points or something that you were basically, or you thought that the price was going to go up, and that incentive model worked pretty well in Friend.tech until it didn't, and it became kind of like a 3-3 disaster. So the 3-3 disaster thing is the thing that I'm very explicitly trying to avoid. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Honestly, this is taking 187 seconds now, so I just yapped for 2 minutes. I think perps can be the answer. I think one of the hardest things with markets will be what is the ground truth for perps. I think we could do it though. Like basically, if you look at, I mean, this is a great way for me to talk about Ethos markets, I guess. If you look at, let's see, here we go. If we go back and look at markets and you see like, let's go to leaderboard. And let's go to, JMC. He's got a score that is at 2284. Technically, we could use this as the ground truth. If you've seen like this, we're showing like the difference in market score difference. So we would basically pay people to long JMC, and we would increase the funding rate of shorting to basically nothing to short JMC. And we would increase the funding rate very high to short JMC. And so then you use the ground truth of the score itself. And I think there would be something really interesting that the score doesn't change that much, is the only downside. But I think it's very possible. And that's something that we're considering for like the V2 of our smart contracts. Now, V2 of our smart contracts, to be clear, is not something that like is going to be tomorrow or anything. But I feel pretty good about getting there, with time. Okay, let's see what we got here. It's trying to pull in my holdings, man. It's so close because you're like, really all we have to get to a point where it's like it's semi-working. And I it's gonna be hard for me to walk away from this without it semi-working, to be honest. To get to the point that it's semi-working, all we have to do is pull in. I guess we could do, this is really like, yeah, your chats, right? It's who do you own? What positions do you own on Ethos markets? Like, if we can just get there, we're golden. I would like it to be that you actually open the chat and it puts the chat in here. But we'll see. I think the Taskmaster slows down. I would have not done Taskmaster again. Yeah, the liquidity is always the hardest part. Like even if you look at, so I think what some of the coins like Zora or even Pump Fund did really well is when they took advantage of like really good bonding curve math and how liquidity works there. And so like on a Zora coin, if you put $100 in, you send the token to like, 25 or $30,000 market cap. And on paper, it actually looks like you made a crazy amount of money, even though you didn't. Uh, it says the search API is working correctly in returning the proper profile. Yeah, okay. I've updated the trust holdings. The component should now work. Is it gonna work? It failed. Wait, hold on. Let's restart it. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, like the issue with liquidity usually no, didn't work. Let me at least try to debug this real quick. It feels like it's so close too. Um, okay, when I loaded Serpent text, it didn't work. Can we temporarily just use the OXA537 address so that we can skip that part and come back to it? So what I was going to continue to say about this is the way that, so if you think about price being the product, like there's this concept in Web3 that we have recently discovered, which makes sense. Like, well, everyone knows that like price is the product. And when price is the product, what it means is like as the price of the product goes up, people become interested, right? Price, interest. And what if I were to like create how the bonding curve adapts this? So like a good example of this would be Zora actually. Like the Zora token itself, when the price was really low, like low price, low interest. Now, what these tokens did and what Pump Fund did that is really smart is they made this chart look different. They made the chart actually look more like this. Like let me show you what that actually looks like. They made the chart look more like this, I would say, where like early on before the bond, let's change this to a different color. Before the bond, whenever you buy $1, it's like a $500 market cap or like a $5,000 market cap. And over time, and so what it looks like is it looks like you've made a lot of money really early. You're like, oh wow, look at all this money that I've made early, or look at how these other people made a bunch of money. I mean, that's just how tokens work and how their liquidity pools work right now. And so because the price looks much higher, even though the liquidity isn't there, the interest tags on very early. And Friend.tech did this perfectly as well. Like actually you only needed 100 keys to get to 1 ETH, but it only costs like 4 ETH to get to 1 ETH total market cap. Like it's kind of confusing, but it makes it look like, oh my God, well, if I just get in here. And so like the world of crypto in the last like 3 years has optimized on like fixating on this moment in time. And what it does is it short circuits our attention because the price becomes really high really early on, and that drags in that interest too. So like this is how you solve the liquidity problem, because you make price a function of you force the liquidity and the way that it works to drive more interest because the price goes high, if that makes sense. Now, Ethos Markets is the kind of the opposite of that, and potentially one of the biggest like things holding it back. Like it is a purer form of that. It doesn't have that component to it. It is it's not on a bonding curve really. It's more on a like I mean I guess technically technically it's an AMM, but you don't get these like crazy amounts, right? Like if you put money in here, you're really only making money till here, versus if it was on some kind of crazy quadratic function like the liquidity pools are, you would buy here and you'd be like, okay, well now I can sell here or whatever. You can, sorry, get rid of the strip on these. So here, and so Ethos Markets looks more like this straight graph. And I think that's one of the things that can hold it back from a like pure trader's perspective for sure. So yeah, I mean, like, to be clear, I think I think there's a lot that we have to learn still there. Oh my god, man, I'm still having problems with this. It's not loading it in correctly. It says failed to load. I am still seeing this. I'm still seeing this right now. It does not appear to be skipping that. So yeah, anyways, like I think a lot of people, and Friend.tech basically invented this, figured out how to optimize this early thing where like price drives, it's really this concept of like price drives attention, which drives the price. And usually a very organic thing in that aspect would look like this, like the price of Bitcoin is $30 and people are interested, and then the price of Bitcoin is $100, and like, you know, over a 15-year time frame it's just up and to the right. In these cases they have basically modified this graph to make it look more like this. And I think it's totally fair. It's valid. It makes sense. It's why and how you get attention. But when price is the product, it's a really good way to get attention early on. Is like make it look really high. Okay, man, this one's rough. I feel like we've made less progress than we usually make. I do feel like we're actually pretty close to getting it done, although the Ethos API is holding us up a little bit. It should be able to very easily pull in these addresses. Yeah, I mean, we should basically be going to like, it looks like it. If I can just get this, then I think we can get the chat rooms working. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, thanks for coming. I mean, I know this is a very like dry thing, so I try to flip it up and add some new things in there, but something else to talk about besides just the vibe coding, because it can get kind of dry. I'm just kind of disappointed in not disappointed in Cloud Code. Taskmaster. It was too good to be true. Okay, the build a compiled solution is hard coded to this address. Now when you load on and log in with Twitter, both components will use the hard coded. Okay, cool. It seems like it knows that it wants to work. Whoops. Okay. Please work. Please. Oh, it did. Look at that. Amazing. I don't think it's right, but maybe it is. I don't know. Is it right? Why would it be 0008? Okay. Are these fallbacks? We should be able to just hit this API now to show the holdings. Did I have 7 ETH? I have 7.2, so it's kind of close. If we look at this, yeah, I mean, these addresses aren't even close. So it has to be doing placeholder stuff. OX0002. Okay, well, let's see what it says. Yeah, the trust holdings are just fine collected. These are not fallbacks. These are actual trust holdings from the Ethos API. Individual holdings show, profile IDs converted to MAC addresses. Oh, I see. Okay, so why don't we just, okay, what I would like to do is, can we look up the address of blah in, okay, now I think we're actually getting somewhere. Get market by profile ID. It has a bunch of information on this API, which is, and hydrate more information, like using their, what was it? What did we have access to? We had access to, their Twitter username and updating the avatar to their Twitter avatar URL. That should go pretty quickly. Okay, we're starting to make some progress. I feel you're missing cursor. Maybe. I don't know, man. It's hard for me to tell if it's actually cursor or not. I feel like Claude it's doing a pretty good job. I think it's just Taskmaster. I think Taskmaster was a good idea. It did do a good job of explaining like the Claude stuff. I mean, the Cloudflare worker stuff and durable objects. And I'm tempted. This stream might end up going for 3 hours. So sorry if you're buckle up. We got to get to 1,000 views is what the rule is. Otherwise I don't get paid this week. I just really wanted to get it to actually work. So. I think we're close. Okay, so it does have access to the rich profile data. It'll make this look a lot better. I'm just going to have to ask the devs about, is there a way, I might go open Slack real quick and ask them. Via API to get a user's, it's still going here. Okay. This is taking longer than it should. What does on a mean? What does the GOH stand for? You guys gotta help me out with this. I don't know. There's a lot of you from GOH. What's the group name? What does it mean? What's the purpose? Just means I can't even make anything up. It sounds like it would be German or something. Oh, there you go. Someone's up 10% in the last 24 hours. Aktoshi. Oh, people. Oh, I don't think he's up in the last 24 hours. A lot of people selling his stuff. Oh, wait, no, he is. Oh, because they sold Distrust. It's like my discotheque. Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's see. Seems like it's going. Come on, you can load faster. I kind of wish I could do something else. I guess we probably can. In another Claude code, we're working. I want to create unique chat rooms for each unique market. Whenever the user clicks on the chat room from the home page, they should see that market. They should be able to click in and chat there. You should authenticate the chat room based on if they actually have access via the market holdings check. Whenever the user clicks on the chat room from the homepage, they should be able to click in and chat there with anyone else that holds that market. Let's see what it does. So we can parallelize things. Hello, Mr. Bolthaverse. Let's go. Yeah, I'm losing a little bit of energy, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna get to 1,000 views, and because I'm just gonna keep going for another half hour and get it to actually fucking work. But I surprisingly, from like an MVP perspective, we are not far from getting this thing to working at all. I said that for 30 minutes. I promise that I'm not lying. This didn't work here. Oh, shit. What? I had an error. Let's just restart it real quick. Let's see how it looks. No, I ran into an issue. Wow, tons of issues. Wow. Oh, it's trying to do the other stuff at the same time, maybe? There you go. Yeah. It's because it's trying to do all the other crap at the same time. All right. Well, now we're synchronous mode again. What else do you guys want to talk about? Okay, so GOH is some group in Telegram, but we made an X profile so outsiders can get a rough idea of what we're into. Is yeah, and hello, Marfin. Is that a Moonbird mythic with fire on its head? No, what a throwback. Yeah, I don't know anything about GOH. I know that I don't. What are you just a bunch of math lads? What does it stand for? I don't know what GOH stands for. Okay, yeah. So it's creating all of these market rooms. That's kind of cool. I like it. I mean, if this works, then I will have everything hooked up and technically working. In terms of like a chat that's gated by market holdings that anyone can participate in. I don't think this is going to be the best product of the world. I don't think it's a feature of Ethos Network. I just think that it's something that could be a fun thing to experiment on top of. I don't think that Friend.tech was about the chat, even though I really liked the chat personally. I thought the chat was like one of the best parts and novel and interesting. But yeah. I see some people are complaining about the. Okay, here we go. Sure. I see a couple of people complaining about, yeah, there's a guy that's saying he had 50 reviews, 100% positive on Ethos, and his score is going down. Although he doesn't have any vouched ETH against him, and most of his score is coming from reviews. I mean, his score is only coming from reviews. So it's probably because the people that reviewed him were pretty heavily on the like review side. They only had R for R. You know, it's funny. We're trying to make all the right decisions when it comes to how the score works. And skin in the game is a very important part of Ethos. We get a lot of feedback, a lot of people that are, very notably and fairly saying, oh, well, these accounts, they just review each other in review farms. And I go look at people that say like, oh, I lost a bunch of credibility score. And you're like, yeah, I mean, that's the adjustment. That's literally the adjustment we made. That's how it works. So yeah, it will be interesting to see how people react to it, especially because it will take actually 30 days for it to continue working. Oh, it's tunnel.io. Seems cool. Another InfoFi thing. Let's see. I'm gonna retweet myself from the main account and see if we can get a few more people in here. This is hack mode. Because we're there. We're almost there. We're at the like, here's the cool thing to show off. Did we actually build it or didn't we? Anyways, let's see how it works. if anyone, yeah, is losing credibility score and wants any more explanation on why you might be losing it, please let me know. Getting 50 reviews, all 100% positive from a bunch of random other people doesn't necessarily help you do any better. We're getting close. We're getting close. Ethos.tech. What should we buy a domain name for this, or should just put it on Dino or something? I don't think it needs a domain. It's not that cool. I just really don't think people will use it that much. But now I'm like, well, it could turn into a fun passion project. I could just keep working on it vibe coding wise and enjoy it. Let's see. Can I refresh this now? Is it gonna load correctly? Not quite, but it's closer. Didn't get 31 issues this time. Coinbase one. What is this? Total uploaded. Your worker has access to bindings. Yeah, I have no idea what it's been doing with Cloudflare. I haven't used too much Cloudflare for developing stuff. Like Cloudflare developer platform is, it's actually not as popular as I would think it would be. Although I see a bunch of people talking about stuff like durable objects, it just doesn't. I don't see a lot of people vibe coding with this stuff. I don't know. I think it will work well. Yeah. Wait, you asked what is Go? You have it in your name, bro. Okay, let's give it a try. Let's see what this looks like. So it has all of the rooms there, but I don't know that like. Okay, I see them at, but are they linked to the homepage? We should be able to see the ones the current user has access to. Oh, it says your system is now ready for your front end too. I see. Yeah, okay, cool. You're right. Okay, so we set up the backend API. We've got chat one. Okay, so here's our chat room. I don't know what these are yet, but we're getting really close. I think who is Go? I think he's Painter. That's what I know about Go. I don't know. I don't think he uses pudgy penguins. So yeah, if you're just joining the stream, I saw we've got about 100 people after I restarted this. We have been trying to vibe code. Of course, it's not going to work now. Rebuilding Friend.tech on top of Ethos Markets. If you're not familiar with Ethos Markets, the general concept that we had is like if you own one vote of Crag hack, you can buy and sell distrust and trust here. Would it be bad if on live stream I bought his distrust? Maybe. It's just a demo. It didn't work because I think I have to have more than that. There you go. Sorry, Crag. I bought 2 distrust votes of you, 3 of them for $58. The general thinking is like if you buy one of these votes of trust, you get access to a chat room that this person holds. If you, so like I own Bread, so Bread would have a chat that he can access and that other people can access too, based on if they hold, part of his trust score here. It's kind of a crude way to like reinvent sort of how Friend.tech worked originally. The interesting part is that you would actually be able to do this with distrust too, and you could even have a distrust because I can come in here and I can actually buy I could buy 25 ETH of distrust on bread. That would lower his score and then maybe give me access to a bread guy haters chat or something. So like it is honestly tempting to keep building because I think it's actually kind of cool. I don't think anyone would really use it, but I feel like we could get it and continue to get it to a point where it pretty much emulates exactly what Friend.tech did in the past. Should I? Wow, some of these have. Yeah, AIXPT definitely had the most fun. He's sitting at untrusted right now. Bro had he had a bit of a go at first, and then it flipped the switch, and now people are kind of back at neutral with him. People don't really care as much about our boy AIXPT anymore. Okay, only holders can create and join rooms. Okay, so it's correctly preventing room creation. The front-end integration is complete. Okay. I don't believe you. Okay, yeah, I'm getting an error, getting a few errors. I'm just gonna give it all of them because why not? I guess that's what the screenshot looks like. That's not bad. And getting a few errors still when trying to load the home page. All right, our aha moment might be here. We'll see. I just dropped the link you asked under the Eero/comments. Do well to check it when you are free. What link? Oh, the link to like why Eurus agent is getting slashed. Yeah, let's look at it. Let's take a look. Eurus agent is not as wrong as I think people think he is. Why did it pull up this guy? Was it on the slash? Was it on this one? No, let's see. People are so mad at it. Who was it that said this? Zeke. There you go. Okay, let's review it together. Changed handle and name. Formerly known as Crypto Beast after receiving well-deserved backlash for scamming his community, Crypto Beast changed his X name to Elio. Yeah, you're right. It was a false positive. You win. You're right. You should downvote it. I think you got it wrong. I mean, you basically used a pattern that I pick up most people with, and so, yeah, you're right. We got it wrong there. I'm sorry. Downvote it. Like it's going to be kind of hard to make it perfect because this does look like you actually wrote it. You used all caps too. That could be one thing that I could alter. But yeah, I don't think you did anything wrong here. I think one of the things that we could probably do that would make him a little bit better would be, yeah, it looks like you actually write out your reviews, is that we would look at multiple before writing a negative review. So, you know, if you, I can commit to doing that if you choose defend in the slash today. If you choose defend, I will make Eros agent not send off negative until he sees at least one other negative, one other use of AI. But yeah, poor guy, man. Like Eros agent, he's a lovely guy. He's literally just a bot. Goes around leaving random negative reviews without really any real insight, not feedback, just useless spam. He does give feedback. That's not true. How dare you, Son Materi? I got words from you. It's all over my timeline. I hate it. Blame the devs. That isn't you. Blame the Ethos devs. That's our fault. It's not Euros' fault. I support the slashing. I support the slashing. I've seen his negative reviews. I voted slash because it gives me a negative review of my genuine review. People are mad about the spam of the Eurospot. The Eurospot was unfair. Due to it, I rarely scroll through reviews on my home screen now. Okay, fair. That's fair feedback. I think we could just remove Eros agent from the feed altogether in general. It would be interesting. Like, it makes me want to find a way to like come to a resolution. Like, I get that people are probably going to vote to slash Eros agent. How do I like say, wait, it's fine. I don't do this. Like I will fix him. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I feel like it was especially after I vouched for Eros agent that people decided to slash him. Now I risk losing a bunch of credibility. Getting close over here. The bot has no kindness and is no benefit. It has a lot of benefit to me. I will reply to all of these because I have to defend myself. I dislike its obnoxious reviews, and I'm not sure we can trust the veracity. The wording could use a little refining, so I support the slash. Some of the words it uses on Ethos are not friendly at all. He's an edgelord. It's super interesting. If you're not clear, like the point of Eurus agent is to try things out. I don't know that it's ever called out legitimate blockchains, tokens, dexes, and various other platforms without any basis for the claim. I've never seen it do that. It doesn't actually do that. Are we all going to lose 1,000 credibility because we tried something out? This is becoming ridiculous. I mean, you could remove the review. Anyways, man, we are so close, and I just want to get there. I just want the aha moment, and we're so close. It's like 3 hours into this, and we almost have it. All right, what do people say? Scrolling across profiles, sometimes I come across negative reviews from Ethos agent recommending to delete the review written by the user. What did this mean? I didn't write that one. That's like the Ethosians one. You can delete your own review. Yeah. Have you never clicked the like if you go to Ethos and you go to a review that you've left. Well, I'm still writing. You can click archive here and it will archive the review. So yeah. I mean, I'm a little bit like, what the hell? It's actually doing a good job. I've written about it doing a good job. These people are like writing AI agent reviews. These are not helpful reviews. It's just like a waste of time and space. I think the biggest critique is like people that are mad that it's spamming their timeline, which is fair. But like, okay, the server's running. It's trying to test it. Let's go take a look at it again. Let me look at it over here. Oh, look at that. It worked. Holy shit. Let's go. Okay, so we now have these shares. It says the chat rooms aren't available. So we're really close though. So these are all of the ones that I own. Okay. Okay, this is great, but our chat rooms are not lining up with our holdings. When we list the holdings out on the main page, it should link to the chat room of that particular person. That's sick. Okay, so we did get somewhere. So these are all the ones I own. Again, we kind of spoofed it a little bit because I used my hard-coded wallet, but I own 26 positions. It says how many shares. It should be votes because we have to call them votes. I don't really care about what profile ID is, but these should all link now to the chat room. If we could just get to the damn chat room. Just that close, that close. I didn't see this button. I thought you can't delete your own review. Yeah, you can. I mean, it'll be on chain forever, but you just can't. You can't do anything but archive it. All right, we got 10 minutes left, and we're gonna get it. We're gonna finish it. We got 1,026 viewers, so we hit that goal. We're so close to having a real Friend.tech clone. Oh, here's the chat button. It just added it live. Come on, man. Come on. 3 hours I could have driven to fucking Dallas. in 3 hours, and I'm sitting here vibe coding shit. What am I doing? I think it's still helpful. Hopefully, people are learning something. Listen to me yap for 3 hours. Okay, so it's adding the runes. Yeah, anyone else have any thoughts or opinions or concerns about Eros agent? I can't believe that means it's already also been 10 days since Eros agent went live. Um, he got rid of the. It's funny because he's getting slashed for something else. So like originally he was slashed for being the like he's getting slashed for the like review for review thing, and then now he's getting slashed for like trying to help people out and trying to help Ethos out and call people out, particularly people who are using AI. I mean, I stand by this concept of like when I go look at Eurus Agent and I look at what he's given, and I look at this one from 5 minutes ago, or I look at this one from here, like Momo runs a Binance content creator channel called Crypto Cherry with 124,000 followers. She frequently tweets about blah, 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 blah. You're like, that's not helpful. That is not a good review. I'm sorry. This is just slop. You literally asked ChatGPT to write you a review. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That guy should lose credibility score for that, in my opinion. And so, like, I feel like, oh, look, he's done it 3 times. I really don't know what to tell them. That they continue to leave reviews that are just completely generic and not helpful. So, um, yeah, I'm sorry. Let's see what happens. You need to hold trust. Okay, so it says it failed to hold trust in serpent text. Okay, so front end is saying that I need to hold trust. Can we also just hard code that check to the address that we are using to list what the person on the front end holds? We set it to a specific wallet address. Super closed. Let's go 3 more hours. Yeah, we're gonna do it for 6. I don't even what do like the professional streamers and stuff. How long do they stream for? I don't know how you could possibly like sit in the same spot for that long. I've been sitting in this chair for 3 hours. It's pretty stupid. I think playing a game maybe is a little bit more fun. I could sit back, I could relax. You could go fire up Donkey Kong if you really wanted to. A new Donkey Kong game is really good. You should play it. You should try it. Okay, cool. So it wasn't using the test address, which was the biggest problem. We're getting to a point very quickly where that should be fixed. And we should have a chat room for each individual user. There's obviously lots of stuff to polish up still with it. And then probably, again, take it up as a passion project to keep building on top of it. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so it says bypassing it. It shouldn't say that. Serpoing text. Okay. Let's give it a try one more time. See if we can open up that chat room, please. God work, please. Oh, joining chat. Okay, so I got a thing. I got an alert that I joined the chat, but it didn't actually open the chat. Okay. I got an alert that I joined the chat, but nothing happened. Shouldn't it take me to a new like route or page to show this chat? Seems like weird progress to make. So that would be my own chat. This would be Zenica's chat. It says joining chat with Bread Guy, WebSocket URL. Okay, so it could actually take me there. Christian, I don't know how you're sticking around here, man. Like it's got to be like 2 a.m. where you are. I don't know why you uh care to pay attention for 3 hours, but I appreciate you always being here. Um, 'Cause it's definitely not easy. Yeah, I'm in Rogan land, except the difference is I'm talking to my fucking self, and eventually you go crazy just talking to yourself for hours on hours. Because I mean, I have you guys in chat to talk to, but it can be kind of challenging sometimes to not like keep up a conversation by yourself. So um, yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow's stream. We're gonna have some good guests on the Ethos weekly update tomorrow. It'd be good to get people in. Um, some good conversation about some of the slashes. I think Eros Agent is a pretty popular hot topic right now, but also we had that Cape slash that was pretty interesting. Okay, it seems like it thinks it wants to work this time. Oh my god, I almost refreshed StreamYard. Chat. It didn't do anything. Oh, there it goes. Connection lost. Okay, so that's some progress. Okay, now we got this screen. Now it says connection lost, but it seems like we're making progress. Sick. It's kind of cool though. So it has /chat/person. Nice. Good deal. Let's see. I also wanted to know if vouchers are sent mutually. Is there any bonus? Yeah, there is. Yeah, you get bonus. It's called 33. If you uh, vouch for someone and they vouch for you back, that actually helps both of your credibility scores. So yeah, that's an intentional part of the design of Ethos. Yeah, thanks for showing up for the stream. Yeah, questions about Ethos validators? I don't know. What do you want me to tell you? Ethos validators is the greatest NFT of all time. Only 256 of them, and everyone loves them. I try to include them in all the artwork that I do, and you can rock it as a PFP. It's the greatest NFT ever. Why would you not want to own a validator? Definitely some of the most unique and cool art. I think one of the things I realized, this is random, but the Chill House NFTs, I'm pretty sure they did AI to generate them, and I was like, hey, that's cool. Someone else figured out that like you can use AI art if done well to make really cool NFT collections. Okay, let's see. Come on, are we there yet? Did we make it? Chat. It still says connections lost. I'm still seeing. Okay, now when you refresh the page, yeah, try refreshing the connection. I'm still seeing it. Sad face. Maybe it will be more empathetic. Damn, dude, we're so close. It's so close. So close. We're like that close. And it's 6 o'clock. Fuck. All right, we'll go another 5 minutes. Because I legitimately think that we're right there. Like, if I can just send a chat message to a person in a chat room with a person that I own shares of, I would be very happy. That would be pretty clutch. Okay, yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Anyone have last minute thoughts or questions before we try to wrap this up here? We're so close to having it work, man. I actually feel really good, even though it took way longer than I did. I do genuinely feel like work. What is it called? Taskmaster set us down the wrong route, but we're gonna end up in a good spot with the demoable product, so that's always good. I think there's some basic connectivity issue. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's a The WebSocket is accessible. The issue is specifically with the WebSocket upgrade. I wonder if it has to do with hosting it locally. Oh. ENV chat room ID from. Let's see what it keeps going there. 1100 of you. We were just going to build Friend.tech. It just took 3 hours to build it. Connection lost. I guess because it uses WebSockets. It's using WebSockets to connect to this. And it kind of makes sense. I haven't thought about WebSockets in a long time. But that's really the point of the durable objects. Deploy the updated chat room. I guess we can probably go. Okay. Try refreshing the chat room. It should work properly. You should see blah, blah, blah. Okay. You got one more chance. I might have to Dino restart. Let's see. Yeah, let's Dino restart here. Where is it running? Dino. No, not Dino. Gosh. npm run dev. Okay, it's running on 3001 now. Just make sure it's not me being stupid and needing to rerun it. No. Please refresh to connect. It says refresh so that I refresh the pages. It's gone. Okay, let's just go here again. Okay, so I'm still seeing this. Come on, man. I'm so close. It's just sitting there. It's within reach. It's so frustrating too, because like these are working correctly. I still see the error shows connection lost person. In the code, I see this mismatch between the hard coded test address. Oh. Okay, wait. The hard coded address should be used. Hold on. The hard coded address should be used to determine if we have access. But then we should use the actual address of the market to open the chat. Yeah. Interesting. So I guess the hard coding kind of tripped us up somewhere. I understand how you're right. The flow should be used the hard code to check what holding, but when joining a room, use the actual markets address like blah, blah, blah that comes from the API. Okay, cool. So maybe it's going to fix it. Please fix it. Please. Oh, it's already done? It has a thing at the bottom to send messages. Oh, I guess we have errors down here. Okay, here we go. We're getting closer. Every time I say that, it's like a lie. Okay. Now we have better errors though. So this should make it easier. I'm just copying and taking pictures. We ran into a few errors. What was this one? It's trying to get to chat worker.trust ethos person user ID. Oh, gives my privy info. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I can actually hit the API for that, and it seems to be working. Still keeping track of a to-do list. 3 connections failed. Chat servers likely rejecting the connection because the wallet addresses in the query params doesn't match the subject address and the room ID. Nice. We added too much complexity. You can't add complexity early. Yeah, I mean, if you ask the question about validator, just go for it. The user should authenticate as a holder. Yeah, I think it's just getting kind of tripped up. I think I'm so close. The approach is now correct. We authenticated the holder and the room the subject. Looking at the error code, ready to say the close suggests server might be rejecting the connection. Not just adding some extra console stuff. So that's good. We can at least inspect it. Yeah, there's a ton of debug stuff. It's not, it hasn't been asking me for debug, which I think is kind of silly. Do you need that much debugging? Okay, now I've improved the error handling. Let me also mark the task as completed, the issue. Okay, so it thinks that it's done. Let's take a look at what it is. Okay, so I open chat. Yeah, it's definitely not Lee. Okay. Here's the error we got. I have to leave in 7 minutes. So if you get tired of listening to me, you're about to get out. Still adding stuff to check. And we also had a retry mechanism, exponential backup. Okay. And I just want it to work, bro. I just want it to work for the demo, for the people. Listen to me. Oh, interesting. So it tried to retry it. The retry is actually helpful. Yeah, I don't think Friend.tech used WebSockets either. That's one other interesting part of this. So uh, even the retries are not working correctly. It is interesting because again, we can get to this like this seems to be working. This page seems to be working though. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Chat is one of the harder things to solve in the space, but that's why we use durable objects. I just thought it would be a little bit easier than this with the WebSockets, but I mean, I can't imagine it has anything to do with us being local. Like I can see that we can connect here. Yeah, it it has me in the room right now, even. So like it's showing that I am in that room. I think it's cores related or WebSocket handshake. Hmm. Doesn't seem promising. Doesn't really seem like it knows what the issue is. but I'm patient. Open chat, new window. Oh, yeah. I mean, it didn't open the WebSocket. It's funny. It's just infinitely retrying now. I've screwed things up. Okay. Okay. Stop. Let's start over. Let's open Zedeka's chat. Yeah, it still didn't work. Connection lost. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of too aggressive in whatever it's doing. Still having issues and seeing connection loss. Oh, it says the detailed logging. Yeah. Okay. Well, here are the logs. Here's the spam. This is my last prompt. I gotta quit after this. It's so frustrating. I can't be the person that ever like doesn't finish something. My brain doesn't allow me to not finish something. So, and I'm committed to getting you guys to a point where it actually works. But it'll be fine if I don't finish it. It says it sees exactly what's happening. Key issues that you're running on in 3001. But the chat worker only accepts secure website connections. Duh, that's exactly what I would have thought. It makes sense, actually. It's like HTTP locally versus HTTPS. Whenever you need to, yeah, you always use HTTP locally for a number of reasons, including that it becomes really difficult to have secure connections on your local machine. And so this absolutely makes sense. This is kind of what I was worried about, but that actually means that there might be a lead that we're on to that have a chance to solve in the last 2 minutes of magic. If not, I'm sorry. I don't want to leave anyone hanging, but I have to. It seems like it's finished. All right, this is it. If it worked, it worked. If it didn't work, it didn't work. And we're fucked. Let's give it a try. One last refresh. Chat. No, it didn't work. Okay. All right. I have to end it. I have to stop. I'm going to get it to work. We'll do it again on Monday, but I'm going to work on this a lot on the side. I think I can get it to a much better place and actually show you how we could have built something like this on Friend.tech. But we are literally at a point where we're like this close to having Friend.tech actually work, which is crazy. I would have never thought that we could really truthfully get there. But we have, and I think that's pretty damn cool that we've gotten to this point. I appreciate everyone for sticking around. Still no luck. I'm going to keep prompting it as I go move on with the rest of my evening. But thank you all for showing up. I will get it working a little bit better, and I'll send out a demo to you. I'll also put this on YouTube so you can watch if you really care to. But appreciate the time as always. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully it was interesting. If not, I'm sorry I wasted your time, but I appreciate you greatly. So thanks, guys.